I've always been fascinated by our infatuation with Route 66. I mean, it's just another ribbon of asphalt being used to get from point A to point B. But there is something about the Mother Road that brings out the romantic traveler in all of us. But before diving deeper into this phenomenon, I needed to stop at the Big Texan Steakhouse, because they now serve breakfast. It's a big one. Cruising through Amarillo on the big rig-infested I-40, I can't help but think about how stress-free travel must have been in the 50s on Route 66. It's a good thing I can mute these video clips as needed, if you know what I mean. Our first stop along this route is to view the iconic, internationally renowned roadside attraction known as the Cadillac Ranch. In 1974, the Cadillac Ranch was commissioned by billionaire Stanley Marsh III and built by a San Francisco hippie artist group known as the Ant Farm. 10 Cadillacs were taken to one of Marsh's fields and half buried, nose down in a former cotton field, supposedly at the same angle as the Great Pyramid of Giza. They were lined up east to west, starting with the 1949 Club Sedan and ending with the 1963 Sedan DeVille. Today, the Caddies are unrecognizable. The once ultimate American luxury cars are now graffiti-covered rotting corpses that will never again prowl the Mother Road. Their bodies have been picked clean of any identifiable markings by the hordes of tourists who come from around the world to view this now disgusting spectacle. Just to the east, at the Cadillac Ranch RV Park and Gift Shop, one can view 3 pristine Cadillacs in all their early glory, complete with celebrity drivers. I believe that's Willie Nelson driving that car. That's old Willie. And there's Elvis in his pink Cadillac. And of course John Wayne driving the blue Cadillac. This is the world famous Second Amendment cowboy. Dog. Just beyond the New Mexico state line in the tiny town of Glen Rio, you'll find Russell's Travel Center. This is much more than your standard interstate highway truck stop. Russell's has an authentic Route 66 diner, and best of all, a classic car and Route 66 memorabilia museum. Of course, it was 59 Corvette. That is gorgeous. Here, you'll find beautiful examples of American muscle cars that once freely roamed Route 66. But today, they are tucked away safe and sound from the marauding spray paint packing populace that would jump at the chance to deface these great American icons from the past. Galaxy Fairlane, 59. '63 Galaxy 500, 65 Mustang, 289, 3385, 55 Corvette Roadster. We got the fuzzy dice on this one. stop is the New Mexico Route 66 Museum in Tucumcari, New Mexico. The allure of Route 66, unlike the road itself, crosses more than state borders and boundaries. The allure of Route 66 crosses international borders and boundaries in the minds and imaginations of people from all around the world. On this particular trip to the Route 66 Museum, I was lucky enough to arrive there at the same time as a tour bus loaded with Route 66 aficionados from all around the globe. The one gentleman I spoke with informed me that there were riding the bus from Chicago to Los Angeles, the entire length of the Mother Road. I inquired about the nationalities of the tour bus riders and was told that there were no Americans aboard, only Canadians, Englishmen, a couple from France, some visitors from Japan, and of course, some Germans. The Blue Swallow Motel has been welcoming travelers along the Mother Road since 1939. Today it is a wonderfully restored and pleasant reminder of what it was like to travel across the USA back in the day. I can picture Mom, Dad, and the 2.5 kids staying here, resting up to continue their trip to the Grand Canyon and beyond. There's still plenty of kitschy to go around in Tucumcari, but that really just adds to the fun. I mean, who doesn't like Stuckey's candies? The Route 66 Motel has been restored to its former self, complete with airplanes, an airplane motif, and vintage lounge chairs on the patio. I love it. Our next stop is the Tucumcari Historical Museum. Desert willows. I was pleasantly surprised to see the wide variety of artifacts and exhibits contained within the 3 floors of the old 1903 schoolhouse. Various rooms are based on themes with thousands of items on display. There are a total of 5 indoor and outdoor exhibits, each with its own unique twist. Come a long way since these days. Switchboard, 1905. But for me, the most amazing exhibits and artifacts were in the basement. Where else can you see Ice Age bison bones, thunder eggs, real tools from the Stone Age, shards of prehistoric pottery, and mammoth teeth all on the same shelves? Look at that chunk of flint, Mike. What could you do with that? And Tucumcari shells that date back over 100 million years. Back upstairs, there are even more exhibits dedicated to the early ranching days of Tucumcari, and others honoring their local heroes from various wars. Outside are more locally collected early Native American artifacts, as well as displays dedicated to Tucumcari's early railroading days. Wagons ho! Here are the earliest examples of Route 66 hot rods on display in Tucumcari. Good old chuck wagon. Rustle me up some grub. The final stop on this tour is the Tucumcari Railroad Depot Museum. The restored Union Station Depot, originally built in 1926, has been converted into a railroad time capsule, documenting a time when the railroad was king in Tucumcari. The museum is a work in progress, with new exhibits still to be added.
That's what Tucumcari looked like in 1902. That was the original depot there.
Over there, okay.
Office. Yes, sir. Offices for the train people, and the original roundhouse as it was in 1902. Now it grew like 3 times bigger. There's 28 bays total. That's what it grew to, and it had a machine shop in the back.
A working toy train exhibit is being added for the kiddos to play and learn about the history of the railroad. I look forward to checking the progress of these new exhibits on my next trip out west. Thank you for joining me on this short trip from Amarillo to Tucumcari. Please stay tuned for future episodes along the historic Route 66. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.